Hey, it's me, Renee. I'm back. So today is the third day of Fuckathon. Fuckathon being a readathon that lasts all during the whole month of July. And yeah, I decided to do a little update on how it's going. So I thought today should I do a Friday read? Should I do a talk about how it's been so far? And I decided, yeah, I'm gonna do the update because then I can talk about what I read this so far this month, and I can also talk about what I plan to read in the weekend. So yeah, so far it's been good. Haven't read very much, and I've stumbled into a problem. Well, not directly. I'll explain to you. So for Fuckathon, there's 8 or 7 prompts, and I discovered that most of the prompts I don't unfortunately don't work for TBR for the books I have. Well, at least not that I've discovered. I suppose maybe they are and just stupid enough and can see it. But so far, it seems like they don't really work for these that I have. So that's kind of bad. So what I did, I planned to read some books. Read. I planned to listen to some book on audio. And yeah, also if you pay attention, I suppose you might not. But yeah, I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks this year. I got an audiobook app in February, January, something like that. And yeah, I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks. And turns out I've kind of got into audiobook slump because right now I'm thinking I don't want to listen to the audiobooks anymore. So yeah, and when most of the Fuckathon books are audiobooks, that's kind of that's unfortunate incident really. That's um, that's a disadvantage. So yeah. So for the time being, I'm going to focus more on the books that I have because I do have some books on TBR, and some of them work for Pokemon in minor ways, and also if you I suppose you might not, but I decided just so you know, I decided to add my own prompt, which is fuck procrastination. So I'm going to try to read books that I've been procrastinating with. I'm just gonna do them this month. And of course, that's books that I own from my TBR shelf or from my want to reread shelf. So those books are easy to get to. So I'll probably do that in the beginning of the month anyway, or like this weekend anyway. Though I'm very unpredictable. So maybe after I finish this video, maybe after I finish editing it and posting it tonight, end up just listening to 3 audiobooks at once. Might be. So yeah, don't take everything I say for take stuff I say with a grain of salt. But that's about so far at least as of right now. And yeah, tell you about. Let's tell you. I'm going to tell you about what I did read anyway. So I got Monstrous. I decided to pick up Monstrous on Wednesday, because I kind of felt like comic book. And this is actually a comic book I borrowed from a friend of mine, which was good because, yeah, this was not for me. This is another reason why I should be most critical, because often I look at booktube videos, I look at reviews of books, etc., etc. Feel like, okay, so this book has lots of good reviews. This book has lots of praise. Everyone's talking about this book. Enough, and I just kind of think immediately, okay, everyone seems to like it. I should put it on my TBR. I should put it on my radar. And yeah, it says that I should really just kind of go deeper into it and do some research, because turns out I didn't know, but yeah, this book has been described as horror, and I don't like horror. I suppose you might think well, comic book horror? How can you be scared or creeped out by pictures and drawings? Yeah, turns out you can. At least I can. Seriously, I can. And this one, so I read maybe 1 or 2 chapters. I like the idea behind it. But yeah, there were violence and there was gore and there was scary bits, and yeah, I'm not too chicken enough to finish this one. Sorry, but not sorry. No, no, no. I can't finish it. It's just way too scary for me. Way too scary. So yeah, I DNF'd this one after 3 chapters. So I did read a bit. I did like the idea behind it, as I said, but yeah, it's just scary. Okay, it's scary. So yeah, I ended up picking up Joseph Griffin is Not a Vampire. This being a reread, I thought like it would kind of be fun to pick it up because I wanted to read something once. I didn't really know what I wanted to start with, and yeah, so I did this one. And yeah, as I said, it's a reread, so it's often easier to get back into or to like pick up rereads in a way. Like if you're feeling a bit slumpy or unmotivated. So yeah. So this one I actually haven't read in many years. Well, I was about to say since 2008. That wouldn't be right because this came out in 2012. But yeah, I haven't read it in a few years. Really, probably since like I bought it like 2014, 13, 15, something like that. And yeah, I remember loving it when I first read it. Like it's been on my Goodreads favorite shelf for years. And now rereading it, I enjoyed it, but I can't say I love it. So now, didn't say it, but yeah, I picked it up and read it and finished it in one sitting, in one go on Wednesday. So already finished it. But yeah, this time around I felt like it was good. I understand why I liked it, but I feel like it's slightly outdated and like I feel like a lot of the book, a lot of stuff it references, it's kind of like okay. I know like the book in itself is not just a reference, but like the story in itself is like it's good, but I don't really see it being a book that you can read many times over and still get lots of enjoyment from. At least not me. And also like it's give me a moment. It's like under 300 pages, so it's a long book. So I suppose long books often not that impactful, at least not in my experience. And yeah, I did like it. But I also got like reading it for like, well, kind of wish stuff was more explained, which it wasn't. I kind of felt like I liked most of it. It was, as in a lot of books, really. I liked most of the characters and most of the story and stuff, but I kind of felt like it would be nice to have more to like elaborate on this, say more about this and more about this, and I suppose that's kind of easy to understand. That's kind of like a good sign of, it's kind of a useful sign of a book that's fine. It has potential, but you kind of want more. And like books that you love, you feel like you have enough information about stuff, if you have enough of the romance and everything, blah blah blah. Yeah, it was good, but yeah, didn't love it. Oh, this time around anyway. But I did finish it, so yay, finishing a book. And yeah, this time it's going to charity. Bye bye. I would still say maybe check it out. Like if you need a fun, fast read. But don't maybe get it from the library or maybe borrow it from someone or like buy it if it's cheap. Don't buy it full price. I suppose maybe you can't now because it's older, but like yeah. Don't go into this expecting amazingness because you won't. But you'll get a good time, a fun time. I suppose that's sometimes just all you want really. Some easy fun. Yeah, I suppose also yeah. This book I kinda like wanted to pick it up because we wanted to reread it, and yeah, and I kind of putting it as my procrastination prompt. But also, I think it can also be used actually as the book elitism prompt because this book it's a YA parody, but it's like it involves children of the Greek gods. It has faith, vampires, werewolves, all that jazz. Yeah, all that jazz. So in that way, yeah, it's kind of cheesy, and yeah, I'll say it is cheesy. So book elitism for the prompt works perfectly. So yeah, so that's those there. I've started, and yeah, actually also yeah, I forgot about this one, but I'll just mention it now. I forgot completely to talk about that. I started planned and scheduled a buddy read from the 1st of July with Kingdom of Souls by Rena Baron. Rena Baron. I don't know what the author's name is. I know there's a name of it. Well, of course, everything has a name, but like, Author is called, yeah, Rena Baron. Ha! Not that bad, really. So yeah, so I'm gonna listen to that on and on this month, or like at least the beginning of the month. Probably won't listen to all month, but who knows? Sometimes. Right now, I'm not feeling it very much, but it's good. Can it be used for a fuckathon? Maybe it's a high fantasy. It doesn't really have religion. I suppose it has religion in some ways. I don't really think it has like mental aspects or like physical aspects of like disabilities. I'm not completely sure. I suppose sometimes it's easy to know if it works for prompt when you finished it and then when you just started it. So I suppose it might work. But as of now, not really sure it can. But yeah. But yeah, it's a nice enough book so far. Really, I'm not really feeling it so far, but I'm thinking it's fine. So yeah, and I also slightly started today because I can't be like, do you want to listen to that book? Do you want to do that? Do you want to do that? So I tried to start. I decided to try my luck with the Love from A to Z by S.K. Alley. I'll link that in the blue as well. Well, of course. And that's one of the books that I plan to read for Fuckathon, and it works for both the religion aspects and the disability aspects, so it works for 2 prompts. And yeah, that's what I'm liking so far, but I'm still feeling like maybe I'm not feeling up for audiobooks, maybe I'm not feeling up for reading more. I'm not completely sure. Oh yeah, yeah. Also, like earlier today, like from like after breakfast to like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, I've decided to read a book I got as an arc, kind of throwing all that TBR to the wind and just yeah, completely different book. Well, yeah, I picked a book I've gotten for my gotten as an arc. It's a contemporary adult book. I ended up DNFing it because it was fine. It was good, but it was just fine. I didn't really, yeah, as always, I don't really want to use my time on books that are fine. Like if I'm tempted to DNF a book, I probably will. Like I suppose like if a book has one good aspect but all the other aspects are boring, I might continue it. But like if all the aspects of a book are similar are just as disinteresting, well then I'll just put it away really. So yeah, so that's really that. Talked about that. I talked about that and that. And yesterday I didn't really, yeah, yesterday I didn't really read much at all. Really, I actually just went for a walk. Well, went for a hike. Really, I went for a hike for 2 mountains with some friends. So that was nice. And now I have some blisters, seriously blisters. So that's yikes. But I suppose that's good for like motivation to sit still and read and stuff. But yeah, but yeah, I'm babbling a bit now. So yeah, now I'm going to tell you about what I might read for this weekend. So this weekend, I planning. Sorry, English. Just I'm planning to actually might pick up Start Above. I saw that I have it like I have it as read on Goodreads. I've read some of the story, but not all of them. So I suppose maybe that's why I said read. I'm pretty sure I haven't read all of them. But yeah, I kind of want to read the stories in this one I haven't read. And I think maybe one of them is a disability because the Ariel one, I'm pretty sure it's like she's a cyborg as well, or something like that. So I suppose that one might work as that. So yeah. But yeah, I kind of, because it's shorter stories, so that's something that might work for my whimsy mood, for my wanting to read but still wanting to read mood. So yeah, and then there's also sorry, Six of Crows. This one also actually works for both the ableism prompts and the capitalism because they're heists, so they're like thieves and stuff. And yeah, this has been one of my favorite books for some time. It's kind of strange to think like how this book is now 5 years old. 5 years. Time just flies by. So weird. So weird. So weird. But yeah. I think I wanted to reread this one because of Netflix series that's coming out, and also because like I don't know, I think it would be fun to to reread to reread it. Pronunciation, yay! But yeah, so that's fun. And I just got it recently, like now, because I think I first had it maybe as a. I think I first got it from the library when maybe I first had it as another edition, at least, yeah. So now I just recently bought this edition. It's shorter and it actually has, can show you, a Q&A. So that's quite fun. So yeah, and also because I can't really stick to my TBR, even the ones that show the books that I showed you on my TBR. Like, no, I'm just gonna procrastinate with other books from the not books that I talk about at all. But yeah, I'm kind of I might read Fine Art of Proof and Dare by Melissa Jensen. It's a contemporary YA, so contemporary YAs are often, as a lot of people know, as a lot of people think, it depends, but yeah, at least for me, it's kind of often easy to get into them if you feel like slumpish, because contemporary it's known factors and etc. etc. This is also a reread, so that might also make it easier to get into. And yeah, kind of want to read this one. So those three books, and I suppose also, yeah, also I wanted to read Lola, oops, Lola and the Boy Next Door by Stephanie Perkins. It will also be a reread. This one will be for the book elitism prompt because it's sweet and cheesy, at least in my mind. I don't really think everyone will say that Stephanie Perkins books are like Pulitzer Prize winning material, but it's good. I suppose it depends if you don't talk about Anna, because uh, that's got a lot of push lately for like a lot of backlash lately for the last few years. But when it came out, everyone loved it. But yeah, sorry. Actually, I found recently Danny and the Champion of the World by Roald Dahl. This is actually one of the few books of him I haven't read. So yeah, plan to read this one this month sometime as well. And it's, as you see, it's not long, so yeah, I might get to it soonish, or like this weekend or soon. I don't know. Yeah, a Friday read slash my planning soon to read with you. And those are, yeah, also for the, because I said also in the video that I didn't really know what books I wanted to read for the slut shaming prompt. After filming it and posting it, I remembered this book is perfect, and it is Guyaholic by Caroline Meckler. So this is a companion book to Vegan Virgin Valentine. It takes place after that book, and this protagonist in this one is she's just called V. We has a name, but she just goes by V. And she's a flirter, and she's been with a lot of guys and stuff, but she's happy with it. Like she's not ashamed. So yeah, it works perfectly. I read it some years ago. I kind of felt like, you know what? It's kind of fun to reread. So I'm very much in a reread mood, like lately. But rereads are fun. And yeah, I mean, when you own all the fun books, why not reread them? I've never really understood people that buy books and then never reread them, because, like, why would you own a book that you don't reread? What's the point of it? That's, yeah. So that's also on my plan radar soon. And yeah, so that's the plan really. And you know what? I'll post a picture of this, of a puzzle. I actually started puzzling a bit today because it's been raining and I just felt like it's fun to start a puzzle. I'll post that after here, as I said. And yeah. Oh yeah. Also, sorry, almost forgot. But yeah, I just kind of want to add it. So last night, because okay, so part of the fuckathon is also fuck you, do something completely shellfish. So this that I did yesterday wasn't shellfish, but No, I can't really say it's selfish, but okay, I'm just going to say it anyway. So yesterday I ended up rewatching Swan Princess. It's one of my favorite movies from when I was a kid. I saw it on Netflix and I was like, oh, I want to see you. So I just clicked play and just enjoyed myself so much. And also, yeah, actually, I ended up watching it in English. And I suppose, as you would be logical, when I was a kid, I watched it in Norwegian. So I've seen some of the clips of the movie in English, and I've seen some of the clips of some of the music in English on YouTube. I haven't seen the whole movie, so it's kind of interesting to like see the whole movie. Like, oh, that's how that voice works in English. Oh, that's how that voice. Like, I felt most of the voices worked better in Norwegian. I suppose that's probably might be because like that's what I'm used to. Because I mean, English is the original version of the movie, so having it being wrong and like weird or like bad dubbing in English would just be weird, and I can't really be. It's really, I mean, it probably has to be me that's not used to it. Probably that's probably it. But yeah, and also like in English version, Rothbard seems to have some sort of accent. It seems like some kind of Russian-ish accent. Like, what? You're supposed to be Russian? That was just weird to me, really. And also, I kind of noticed some things I didn't notice before, and that's kind of fun. And yeah, and actually, FYI, like I suppose most people, if you're in on the Swan Princess fandom, you probably know that there's the Swan Princess, and then there's two sequels from the 90s. What you might not know is actually there's like 6 sequels actually now, because a fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh, I think actually eighth movie came out like, okay, so they started in 2012, and then after that, it's like more or less every year that's coming out a new one, like straight to DVD, but still like so many movies. So that's quite fun. Also, you think about it, because the first movie itself, bombed at the box office, but it still has so many sequels. That was, and also it seems like, because I did some research yesterday, it seems like a lot of people give it backlash now because of the story and stuff. But like, still, it has so many sequels. So I suppose it kind of has to have some sort of fan base, I'm supposing. So yeah, that's cool. So that's fun. I'm not really sure if I want to really watch newer sequels, because they've done computer animated stuff and versions and all that stuff. So I'm kind of not sure, but they seem kind of interesting. So I suppose maybe. And yeah, now you know about those as well. And yeah, I just actually just knew about like the fourth movie, but yeah, there's actually been many more movies after that. So that's interesting and fun. And yeah, that's my little update for you guys. I hope you have a nice weekend. I hope you get some Fuckathon reading done, or just relax and just do some fun stuff and say fuck you expectations. And yeah, so yeah, this is me saying Renee out.